All right, cool. All right, everybody. This is Arnie, Mr. Short Sale. Today I got a amazing guest, homeowner. We're actually be going through the loss mitigation paperwork. So today I was driving some properties, and we're gonna call you B. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
So,
Okay.
okay, great. So just for her privacy, that's her new name today is B, which is a cool name still. So she, graciously, talked me through her situation. So her auction date is, I think, March 23rd. Is that right, B?
It is correct.
Okay, cool. So that's fine. We got some time here. We talked to the bank, and so as long as we fill out these forms, there's a good chance that she'll be approved for one of the loss mitigation options. So for other people in the future who watch this, the biggest thing is making contact with the bank and see what they can do for you. So um, a lot of people don't want to talk to them, or maybe I think B had experience with a not really friendly rep at the bank. Luckily today we had a awesome rep. I think what's his name, Nathan.
Yes, that's right.
So he was an amazing guy. Seemed really friendly. Walked us through it. So but yeah, so let's go ahead and start. So then, and obviously we're not going to put. We'll do the loan number later on, B, and the
Okay.
property address and the name. We'll do that later on, okay? But we can fill out this other stuff. Social security number. We can do the date of birth though. Let's do that. Text. Dude, I can hear the music in the background.
I know. Yeah, yeah, they're doing their thing.
So another thing to be so there's I'm in North Magnus Creek in Cabot. So our repair, so there may be some lag. So I may have to ask you a couple times if there's a lag. So just be aware of that. Okay, so date of
Okay.
birth.
1580.
Yeah, what's your date of birth?
1580.
Okay. So on the mortgage, let me look at the mortgage statement here. So you're just on the mortgage, right? Okay, cool. I see
Right.
that. Perfect. Okay, we'll leave the phone number out for now. We'll fill that later on. Preferred contact method. We'll go phone, cell phone, email. Okay, we'll fill that out later. How many adults in the household?
Me. I don't know. Would you
Over
count my
18.
daughter as an adult? She's 19, but she's a college full-time college student.
AB, how many adults? There was a lag there again.
Besides me,
Just one adult?
yeah. I mean, I have
Yeah,
my
besides
daughter.
besides you.
My, yeah, yeah. I have a 19-year-old daughter, but she's full-time college student.
Okay, but yeah, just adults. So say two then. Okay, and then children.
Two.
Okay, all right.
Carter.
So we're gonna put undecided for now. Okay.
Okay.
Property list for sale. No. NA for that. Okay, you're not in the military, right?
Correct.
Bar been deployed.
Nope. Carter.
Can you borrow the surviving spouse if a deceased or nope? Nope.
Nope.
Was your ex-husband, was he in the military?
No.
Okay. Um, have you contacted a credit counseling agency?
No.
Okay. All right. Have you filed for bankruptcy in the past 2 years?
No. I'm not under any bankruptcy. Well, I did
Okay.
attempt to do it,
The
but then I
information.
didn't go through with it. I don't know if that
Okay.
counts.
Tomorrow, what we'll do? What's that?
I said I attempted to do it, but I never went through with it. I
Okay.
don't know if
Yeah,
that
that's fine.
counts.
Yeah, as long as it didn't get filed. Yeah, as long as it didn't actually get filed, then we don't have to put that in there.
Well,
Okay.
I
So
mean, I went and
tomorrow,
everything, but we never.
did you actually pay for it?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. Cool. All right. So this right here, they basically want to find out, your expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how much money do you have? So the reason why they're doing that, they're trying to see if how much income and expenses. They're going to compare it, and then they're going
Right.
to determine a certain percentage to see what you get approved for. Okay.
Okay.
So unless you have this information right now, we can do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't have it like
Okay. Yeah.
currently
So
on me.
yep.
I
Yeah.
would
No
have to
worries.
look
No
it
worries.
up.
So what we'll do is tonight is I'm going to send you an email with all the stuff I'm going to need to fill this out. Okay. We're kind of just
Okay.
going over it together right now. And then tomorrow, just try to get as much of that information by tomorrow evening if you could.
Oh yeah,
I know you're
definitely. I'll have
working and all
to.
that
I just
stuff,
have
but
to log. Well, I get off work at 2, so I can just log. I can log into all
perfect.
my
And what we'll
accounts
do,
and stuff.
perfect. And so, like, maybe whenever you're free tomorrow after, and whenever you get all this information, is we can do another call just privately and we'll go over this together to make sure everything matches. Because what they're going to
Okay.
do is once you fill this out, they're going to verify that with the associated documentation, like your bank statements, your pay stubs, all that stuff. Okay.
Right.
And like I said, you've done this before. You kind of know what. This is just more for the education for my future, customers and things like that.
Right. It can be
Okay. Any
confusing.
questions though on that?
No, but I can. But it can be confusing if you don't know what you're
Okay.
doing.
Perfect. Right. And I think we talked about this before. A lot of times these documentation doesn't get accepted by the bank because it's incorrect or it doesn't correlate with the bank statement, right? Or your
Right.
pay stubs. So that's why it's very
Right.
important just to have all those most current documentation, supporting documentation we call it, that matches with the information here. Okay, so tomorrow we'll go over this together, but they're gonna want your gross wages, and this is your pay stubs. So do you get biweekly pay stubs?
I do.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we'll fill all this in. Do you have any? Let's see here, overtime. You're not
Nope.
self-employed, right?
Nope.
Okay. Do you have any unemployment income,
Nope.
Social Security income?
Nope.
Nope. Death benefits.
Nope.
You got any pensions or any retirement income?
Nope.
Okay. Interest and dividends. So this is stuff like child. I think you do have child support though, right?
I do get child support.
Okay.
That'd be the only other thing. I don't get food stamps or welfare. I don't get any of that.
Okay. No worries. So we'll get all that tomorrow. Um, you don't have any investment properties or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay. So it should be pretty quick then. This should be pretty simple tomorrow.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too bad. Don't think there's any other. You have any liens on the property at all that I know of? You know
Nope.
if there's any liens on the property? Okay.
Not that I know of. No.
Okay. And tomorrow, we'll go over this again. Your monthly expenses. So any credit card? Do you have any credit cards?
Nope.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's very hard to
I
do.
mean, I have two in
Most of,
debt, but I don't currently have any open or active. No.
perfect. You're just making it too easy.
I know.
So I don't understand what happened last time.
I don't either. I'm
Yeah, it's interesting.
pretty good. Yeah.
Do you have a auto loan?
Nope. My vehicle's paid
Oh, paid
for.
off. Wow. Okay.
Paid
Great.
off. Hmm.
Okay. So we'll go over the utility expenses. So like I said, tonight I'll create a list for you. So that all you have to do tomorrow is just provide that data and the supporting
Awesome.
documentation.
Awesome.
All right, transportation expenses. We'll go over that tomorrow. Child support. Okay. Blah blah blah. So there's a lot of information that they require, right? This is not like a DTI where you get a loan from a bank, right? They're actually
Right.
asking for like a lot of personal expenses because that's how they
Yeah.
determine by the approval. So that not only do they count your debt from like mortgages and all that, they also count your expenses as well. They want to make sure that you can afford the payment.
Yeah. And that's what makes it so
Okay,
confusing,
after
especially when
all
they're like,
your expenses, can you afford the payment. That's what they're doing.
who can sit there and say how much they spend on clothing?
Yeah. And like I said,
I mean,
just be honest, right?
I mean, I buy it when I can. It's not
Yeah,
something I just go spend money on.
right.
Or laundry and dry cleaning. I do not do that at
You
all.
know, at the end of the day, they're just checking their box. This is company policy, right? So you just do your best guesstimate, and then once you get all that information, they put into a system in the computer, and that computer spits out a percentage.
Gotcha.
Okay, if that percentage is within a certain range, you're either not qualified or qualified. It's that simple. Okay, so this is just a data, you know, um, aggregator. So it just grabs all the data and then like they'll input in the system and it'll determine if you're approved or not. Hardship affidavit. So I'm going to send you a couple of examples of hardship letters.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, hardship letter. So you basically explain your whole situation from the day one of when your hardship started. Okay,
Right.
and then until today. So basically when it started to today. So I would talk about if you had any job loss, you talk about the divorce in there, right?
Right.
All that stuff. So you're trying to really pull the strings of the rep over there. Okay.
Right.
See. Okay. So this is stuff that supporting documentation you're going to need. So you don't have unemployment, so don't worry about that. So did you have a reduction of income since the first day you had this hardship many years ago, a couple years ago?
Oh yeah. I
Did you
wasn't
lose
working
income?
when I got in the position that I was in. And then with the pandemic and everything, I was off and on with work.
Okay. Is this what type of loan, by the way? Is this a FHA loan?
No, it's a rule loan.
Okay. It's a what?
A rule?
Okay. Yeah. USDA. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Rural development.
Yep.
So you paid 0 down.
Correct.
Okay. Perfect. Cool. Very cool. Increase in housing expenses.
I mean, gas bill maybe a little bit, but not really.
Okay. That affected your ability to pay.
No.
Okay.
No, my effectability to pay
So
was
this.
that the ex was so far behind that there was no way for me to catch up, and I couldn't get them to work with me,
Yeah.
and
Understand.
just kept getting further and further and further.
Yeah. Understand. This fortunately happens a lot, right?
You're right.
And it's not your fault. You can't do anything if you didn't know.
Right.
And you were so far behind. What can you do? Okay, so on this, we obviously we kind of talked about it already. Divorce. So we're gonna need some divorce. Do you have your divorce decree?
I absolutely do.
Okay, cool. So that's another supporting document we're gonna need to send to the bank, just a copy of it. You don't have to worry about death of borrower or death of either. Okay, don't worry about that. No long-term permanent disability, I'm assuming.
Nope.
Okay. There was no disaster that would caused this situation.
No.
Okay. Relocation, employment transfer.
Mm-mm.
This happens a lot for military.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Um, say again.
I didn't say nothing.
I'm sorry, you broke up again. Can you say that one more time? I apologize.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, okay. All right, and then the last thing is that hardship letter we talked about. So I'll send you a couple examples of previous
Okay.
customers, and then you just kind of just use that as a guide for your hardship letter. And then once we get all that, you'll sign this. Okay, so you don't have anybody else in the property that's making payment or contributing to the payment,
Mm-mm.
are you?
Just me.
There's
No.
nobody else? Okay, just
Mm-mm.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
That- So there's no contributor. Contributors, same thing. Just is there anybody else that's helping you make those payments? So there's none. So we
Nope.
don't have to worry about this form. This contributor is for that person, so we don't have to worry about this one. Okay. So this basically gives Freedom Mortgage the ability to look at your bank accounts, bank statements, any kind of employment info, okay,
Right.
including tax your previous taxes as well. Okay, and that's what this is. It's actually wrong. This is supposed to be a 4506C. So this is actually it's a similar form. So I'll get the right form for that. Looks like they never updated
Okay.
it, which is ridiculous. They tell you to make sure the form is right, and then their form is wrong. If you see, for most people, they would fill this out, right, and then get it submitted, and then they're like, "Oh, sorry, denied." Like, what do you mean? I filled everything out. You told me. It's like, I'm sorry, it's a 4506C. I'm like, you sent me a 4506T. So this is why it's good to work
Right.
with somebody that does
Did
these all
not,
the time. So,
and a person like
but
us wouldn't
I'll
even know.
exactly. So, but that gives her excuse to put it. Remember we talked about put it on
We
the bottom of
we wouldn't know.
the pile. Yeah, if you didn't know, like if I wasn't here, you probably wouldn't never even knew that.
Nope. I would have just filled it out.
Okay. Other than that, yeah, this one just tells you how to do it, the expense form. Okay, that's really it. That's it. Okay.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
tomorrow, what we'll do is I'll send you email of some of the things that I'm going to need so we can fill this out together. Okay. And
Okay.
then so if you can maybe plan out between, you said you get home around 2.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I would say maybe around like 3 o'clock, give you some time just to relax, just get ready for our call and get all the documentation. And so I say maybe between like 3 and 4:30, if that's okay.
That sounds great.
Okay, so yeah, so I'll send you email tonight to grab the stuff that you're going to need, either some bank statements so we can make sure this all matches. How do you get access to your pay stubs? Do you have like online
Right.
system for that? Okay. Perfect. Okay. And then
Yep.
any other
Billing
questions you
to
have?
not off the top. Now, I do have a question about the federal thing or the state thing that we were talking about. I hadn't looked at it
Oh, you're talking about
yet.
the half, the homeowners assistance fund? You talking about the grant money?
Yes, because you told me to fill out
Okay.
everything that we could, and I was like, yes, and I was like, well, I don't even know what to do with this, so I needed to make sure before I went in there and messed with it.
Yeah. Is that you talking about the email that they sent?
Yes,
Is that what you're asking?
I didn't know if there was anything I needed to know about that. Yes.
Yeah. So let me show you. Okay. Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
Let me pull it up for you. And this is good. I'm glad you brought this up. This is actually going to help out a lot of people in the future. So what B is saying
Yeah, because I was like, I don't
is,
know nothing
so there
about
is
it.
a uh, government assistance. It's called a half homeowners assistance fund. It was part of the Biden's CARES Act. So it provides money. It's a federal government program that provides money to the each state, depending on state. It'll see, depending on how much they give. But I think Arkansas is like 56,000 or 56 million. I'm sorry, that they give out to homeowners who are in this similar situation. It's basically a grant that they don't have to pay back. Okay, it's free to apply. It's not guaranteed they'll get accepted, but it doesn't hurt to at least try. So give me a second. Let me pull it up real quick. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you got time tonight, I would say go ahead and fill this out tonight.
So I was like, let me ask him first. If not, I'll definitely do it tomorrow.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, so this is the state website for the Homeowners Assistance Fund. Okay. So what you can just
Okay.
click ArkansasHAF.com. Okay, B.
Okay.
Yep. And so it's
It's
pretty
not coming up on my. It's not
self-explanatory.
sharing on my end.
In the website, it has
Oh,
three
there you go.
questions. Okay, so it shows you how do I. What I would do is, but it's just free money from the government. Okay, for people who are behind on payments. Okay, so I can't guarantee it's going to get approved, but it doesn't hurt to try. Okay, so this is a separate thing other than the loss mitigation paperwork. Okay, it's a different program. Okay, but it's definitely promoted by the different institutions like Freedom Mortgage. So just be here and see if you qualify, and then if you meet those qualifications, I say go ahead and apply for it.
Great. I will do that.
Okay, very very easy. So you just just go step by step. Very very easy process. So do you have these required documents? Your driver's license.
Yes. Hmm. I don't have a mortgage statement.
So well, is mortgage statement, the most recent one?
No, I haven't. They haven't sent me one in a long time.
Okay. So this is what we'll do tomorrow. I'm sorry. There was a little lag again. I apologize. So what we'll do tomorrow is we'll call the bank. We'll call Freedom Mortgage tomorrow. Okay, and we'll request to get your online
Okay.
portal set up if you haven't already. Okay, that way you can because you need to do that anyways, right? You need to have access to
I
that.
have one. I
Okay,
can
once you get your online portal set
access
up,
my
then we can.
online.
Okay, so yeah, so you can access mortgage statement. Did you
Okay.
catch that, B? Okay, so yeah, if you log in or
I
try
did.
tonight, just log in. Maybe reset your password if you need to reset. Okay, perfect. So yeah, if you have that, you should be all good to go to apply, and it'll tell you what you need as well as you go along.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay, for it, and then that way tomorrow, if there's any issues, we can bring it up to me tomorrow.
Okay.
So but past clients. So I had one homeowner that got approved for $30,000 through this program.
Wow.
Okay. So like I said, it's free money. You don't have to pay it back. It doesn't hurt to try. Okay. So I just want everybody to know. So let me say this. Do you have anything
Yes.
else? Do you have any other questions? B, do you have more questions?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Do you have any other
I can hear
questions?
you. It's going in and out. No, not at the top. Not at right off bat. At the moment, I don't.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. So
But you
yeah, so
you've
I'll
been
send you the
awesome.
email with the items I'm gonna need. Okay. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. So
Awesome.
again, I can't do anything unless somebody, answers the door, right? I would say majority of people don't answer the door, they don't answer the phone,
Exactly right.
and I get totally understand why somebody would do that.
Definitely need to
It's
answer this man because you know
and
what
there's
you're
some,
talking
and to be
about.
honest, there I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I mean, now there are people out there that are good, even better than me. But there's also a lot of investors out there who are just trying to take advantage as well. Okay. So all I say is, whoever you decide to choose, just make sure that investors should have a credibility packet, which by the way, I'm going to send you my credibility packet as well. Be okay.
All right.
Okay. So in the
No, I've
future,
had
like I
realtors
said,
knock on my door before and not give me any help.
yeah. At the end of the day, it's a business, right? And honestly, to be fully transparent, this is I buy properties full time. Okay. Do I make money on it? Absolutely. That's my business. Okay. But there are some times where you can't get money. Like for example, like for me helping you through this, it's illegal for me to make money off of this. I am now allowed, it's illegal for you to pay me to do a loan modification.
Right.
Did you catch that, B? Okay.
I got you.
So But for me, the ability to help you out and also appreciate putting this on live so it could help other people out. But this helps my business as well because I want to show people that um, there are gonna be times where you're not gonna make any money in this business, but as a helping situation, okay. Maybe in the future, B decides to sell the home for some reason, right? And maybe she'll go with me. You don't know, okay? But in this business, you have to provide a service. You gotta genuinely care, because every situation is different. I don't judge anybody's situation. You know, um, what I know is I'm an expert in my field. I can get somebody out of foreclosure. Whether they want to, do a loan mod, keep the home, do some type of partial payment plan with bank, or do a short sale, or just sell it. That's up to the homeowner to decide that. You know, but providing a service, providing value to the customer, that is the way to bring a business in our business. Unfortunately, there's a lot of bad investors out there that take advantage and make us look bad. And that's just going to happen. I just say, for future homeowners that watch this video, just make sure you vet the investor or the person that helps you out. Okay. And make sure they have a credibility packet. If they have any reviews, if they, you can talk to their attorney, you can talk to their title company. There's people there. So, just want to say that. So again, I appreciate B for doing this. I really do. It really will help me out in the future. But unless you have any other questions, we'll go ahead and end it there. And I'll go ahead and send you an
No
email with all the
problem.
stuff that we're going to need for tomorrow. Okay.
All right.
And we'll go ahead and schedule that. Yeah, we'll schedule that
Okay.
between 3 and 4. Actually, give me one second. Let me make sure. Double book a. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure. I don't want to promise you something, and it's actually okay. So yeah, we should be good. Okay, yeah. So between 3, yeah, I'll be good. So between 3 and 4:30 tomorrow.
Sounds great.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Hello.
Did you get me?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. So
I said
unless
it
you have anything
sounds
else,
good.
we'll just end it there. Okay, awesome. So actually, give me. Somebody said something here. Give me 1 second. So Tanya, she's another investor of mine. Says Arnie Newton is awesome. Have known him for several years now. He is an investor trying to make money for himself and his family, but more importantly, he's a man with morals and ethics. He cares about you. Saving one homeowner at a time. Keep rocking, Arnie. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate that. She's an amazing lady right there. So awesome.
That's
Thank you,
awesome.
Tanya. But okay, well, we'll go ahead and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And like I said, just if you can, try your best to get those documentation. I know we're a full court press here, trying to beat the deadline, but as long as we can get everything submitted within the next 2 days, we have a good chance of at least the bank give you some type of option. Okay.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Have a good night. Okay. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. You too. Bye
All
bye.
right. Good night. Bye bye. That was my sister calling, so apologize. But so that was a great call. So what that was is I did a some driving for dollars, not drive for dollars, door knocking, um, pre foreclosure homes, and I think I knocked on about 6 doors today, and I talked to 2 homeowners, and so we're going to be working a some type of loss mitigation solution for these 2 homeowners. Um, both of them, they want to keep their home, so I'm going to guide them through that process. Now, here's the thing: they may not qualify because their current financial situation. They may owe, they may have not enough income to be able to continue making these payments. Maybe their expenses are too much, so they may not qualify for a loan mod. But there's other loss mitigation options like repayment plan, um, you know, forbearance, short sales, you know, deed in lieu. There's a couple options, but the biggest thing is what I tell sellers is they just need to fill out these forms. You got to fill out the forms and send it to the bank. Okay. The bank does not want to go through a foreclosure. It costs them a lot of money by going to foreclosure. They are not, they cannot lend on a non-performing note. Okay. So it's just they're in the business of making money with your money. Okay. If they cannot lend out, right? If they have a asset that's on their books that's just sitting there not making money, that's bad business for them. Okay. They'd rather have a loan reinstated or even a short sale where there's a short payoff, but at least it's paid off. Okay. So they can lend that money back out and make more money. I don't feel sorry for the banks. Okay. But, they're trying to find a way to get it, performing again. Okay. Either doing loan modification, some, a partial claim, or just selling the asset. But they don't want a non-performing note. That's my, I'm trying to say. But the thing is, the seller needs to initiate this. They need to communicate with the bank, right? But unfortunately, what happens is they're so far behind, they're so distressed. So what are they doing? They're not checking their mail, they're not answering their phones, they're getting new phone numbers, they're just hiding. In reality, the bank is just trying to help them out. They're calling them. Yes, they're trying to get the mortgage, paid, but they're also trying to figure out what's going on so they can work with the seller and try to figure out the solution for it. Okay. These are loss mitigation solutions. So this homeowner, you know, she says that she never received any of the documentation. And that could be true. Maybe she never received it. But they're required to send this out to the known address. Okay. They're required to try to make contact with the seller at the known phone number. Now it's up to the seller to open that letter or answer that phone. Okay. So for me, um, for me helping them out through this process, it lowers the burden, right, of having to go through the stress, because they got regular jobs, they got kids. The last thing they want to do is trying to figure out what the bank wants, what type of paperwork they need, supporting documentation, is the form filled out correctly, what is this half fund? I didn't know anything, but she didn't know anything about. There's a program out there that the government has free money. They put, I don't know how much was it, $1 trillion, or you know I don't know how much the CARES Act was. It's just they get spent a lot of money um, to help out people in this situation, and part of that CARES Act is a fund called the Homeowner Assistance Fund. It's free money from the government. You don't have to pay it back. You just got to apply for it, and the banks are actually promoting that. So I knew it, but but she didn't know it because she never answered her phone. She never opened the mail. She never talked to a rep. You know, when I so what happened was when I went to her house, she kind of, you know, um, told me the situation. We built some good rapport initially, I'm surprised she even let me in the house. So I recommend most people, most homeowners not do that. You know, just saying. But um, she trusted me enough within the first 20 minutes of talking to her. She let me in her house, and first thing I did was tell her we need to get on the phone call with the bank. We need to figure out what options you have. Number one, is the auction date really 23 March, which is about 2 weeks away. So I wanted to verify that, number one. Once I verified that, I asked the bank rep, who was very, very nice, by the way, a guy named Nathan, very, very nice guy. And I just told him the situation. I told him we're trying to um, figure out some type of loss mitigation solution and what can they do to help her out. And so he literally went step by step. These are the options. Okay. She may not get approved for all the options, and maybe there's some options that she just doesn't make sense for her. For example, like a loan mod, right? Loan mod is great because I think right now she's about $50,000 in arrears. Loan modification, they'll roll over that 50,000 arrears payment back into the mortgage, reset the note, potentially at least 30 years. It could be more. I've heard that they could extend it out to 40 years if they really wanted to. But the thing is, because where the rates are at today, there's a very, very good chance that they're going to raise the interest rate as well. Okay, her interest rate now I think is 4.25, which is very, very good compared to today's rate. But what's probably going to happen is they're going to raise the interest rate to probably around 6. Maybe extend the term out to 35, 40 years. Try to get the payment close to where she's at now. But more than likely, that payment's going to be a lot higher. So loan modification may not work for her. Okay, just because she can't afford it. But anyway, so these are options that our rep gave us. But at the end of the day, she has to fill out this form, and that's the form we went over today. It's just a standard request for mortgage assistance form. Okay, so what they do is they capture all the information. Once they get the information, they put in their system and then see which programs she's qualified to do. Can she do a loan mod? Can she do a partial claim? Can she do a repayment plan? Can she qualify for a short sale? So she has, she has, oops, sorry. So she has several options. It just, it's depending on how the form's filled out. And then the bank, the bank reps over there deciding what option she's qualified for. That's it. It's really that simple. But the problem is the sellers don't even do it. They just, for some reason, they're just too distressed or they just don't know. Maybe they try to call to the bank, but they're confused on the terminology. Because it can be confusing on some of these options. And that's why it's really important to have investors that understand the process, that know how to do short sales. I do short sales all the time. It's very similar to a loan mod. It's a very almost exact same thing. The only thing difference is in a loan mod, you're proving that you can make the payment. In a short sale, you're proving that you can't make the payment anymore. Okay, that's really the only difference. But all the paperwork's the same exact thing. Same exact loss mitigation paperwork. But you got to have somebody that understands the paperwork and also willing to help out, because I'm telling you right now, you cannot get paid to help a homeowner through a loan modification. It's illegal to do that. The MARS Act prevents you from getting paid on the front end. Now, after it closes, you can potentially work out some type of payment, but I don't do that. My overall goal is to help the homeowner, but to capture that story for my business, through a review on Google, right? Maybe some type of video of me walking the seller through this process, right? And then maybe we'll do another video later on, if she does get approved, right? So that's credibility for me. That's almost just as important as making money. because I may not make any um, money on this deal because I'm not purchasing the property. Now I'm okay with that. Get paid by sleeping well. Yeah, for sure, absolutely, 100%. You know, this is a service type of business. Okay, if you take advantage of people, it's gonna come back and bite you. Okay. And like she said, like Tanya was saying, I can't sleep at night knowing that I'm trying to take advantage of somebody. I'm trying, yes, I'm trying to buy their property. Okay. But if there's a loan modification or some other way that they can keep the home, then I'm going to go with that as well. Because maybe, 6 months, a year from now, they go back to the same position, where they're behind on payments, but now they can't get a loan modification because you can only do a loan modification once every 2 years. So now they won't be able to qualify for another loss mitigation option. So the next thing to do is short sale or maybe a subject to or whatever, But I have a feeling that that person, that homeowner, will go with me before anybody else because I helped her through that initial process to keep her home. And not only that, I get great content, a good story to tell, future customers that want to work with me. So this is a long game. Okay. Um, it's all about you know, social media nowadays. And another way to expand your business is to um, let everybody know what you're doing. How did I provide value to somebody? So this is a great thing. And tomorrow at 10 o'clock, I got a meeting with another homeowner. I did a door knocking today. Similar situation. I think they're $30,000 behind, and I think their auction is 21 March. They just given up, and we're gonna do the same exact thing tomorrow. I'm gonna meet with the mom who's on the note mortgage. She doesn't even live there. She's disabled. She lives with another family member. Her daughter is the one living in the house. Um, and they're just letting it go. I mean, the house needs a lot of work. So, they want to keep the house because the payment is really good. So I'm going to help her through that. I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to walk them through that process. I'm going to talk to the bank for them, see what options they have. And even though there's a short timeline, I'm going to try my best to help them keep the home. Okay. If we got to delay the foreclosure for 60 days so we can work out a solution. Okay. But again, I'm going to capture that story. That's just another story, a success story that I helped the homeowner in my social media bank. This is good content in the future. If a homeowner asks me, what can you do for me? Well, here, check out 3 of my videos where I help out sellers, didn't get paid anything. I just walked them through a loan modification or, partial claim or repayment plan, or maybe walk them through a short sale, or just maybe just selling it to me, But now I can show them like, here, these are legit examples of homeowners who were distressed, that were about to lose their home, and we were able to help them out, get them out of foreclosure. Um, but that should be pretty much it for today. Can't think of anything else. I tried to do a live Zoom of my door knocking today. Didn't turn out as well as I thought because the camera was in and out of service. Had some mute problems, and I think my phone overheated too. So didn't work out too well. But I'll try again next time. Maybe get a better camera setup. And really, like I said, I just want to show you guys, just the process, how simple it is to go out there and do these door knocking, and you don't have to be super stressed out about it. For me, and I say this because my first couple times I was petrified. Man, I was so scared. I didn't know if they had a gun or if they're gonna yell at me. And I found out they're still gonna yell at you. I still get people yell at me all the time. Like I had a lady slam the door in my face. She's like, And her auction is on the 14th, which is like a few days from now. She's like, what'd she say today? She's like, I'm already out of foreclosure, and slammed the door in my face. I was like, all right, well, thank you very much. But before that would drive me crazy. But now I'm like, okay, well, at least I tried. You know, I don't know if she's telling the truth, but at least I went out there and tried. It's about volume, so you know, you may have like 10 door knockings, and you know, maybe only get one. You know, that you can maybe do a short sale or buy a property, but maybe that one deal can pay the bills for a couple months, 3 months. So but I guess again, it's really really nice to go out there and help somebody, because I feel I don't feel sympathy for these homeowners, but I do empathize with them. You know, I don't want to ever judge what they're going through, because like the seller we just got the call with, she is a divorcee. She has like 4 kids, single mom, working her ass off, you know, barely making ends meet. But all her kids are, well, the 2 kids I think are in college. I think one's in nursing. The 4.0 students. I mean, I think her ex husband was abusive, from what she said. I don't know, but I'm just going from what she said. That's a strong woman. That's a very very powerful woman. To be that kind of strong for her kids. I mean, her house wasn't in bad shape. It was very, very organized, to be honest. And she's about to lose a home in 2 weeks, and she still keeps the house organized. She still has, taking the kids out to sports practice. You know, um, it's hard not to empathize with that. You know, and I try to stay emotionally out of it. I try to, but I care. I mean, sometimes you just have to care. It's just it's sad. But what can I do though to help that out? I can't change what happened with her, right? But what I can do is, you know, do what I do best and get them out of foreclosure potentially. At least delay it, to give them a chance to work something out. All I can do is just know what I do, use the experience and the successes I had before, leveraging contacts I have with that bank, and um, work out some type of solution. A lot of investors get a bad rep, because there are some very, very bad investors out there. And I'm not talking about they're not smart or anything. It's just ethically and morally, they're bankrupt. It's all about the money for them. And listen, I can see that because you can make a lot of money in this business. On one deal, I mean, I think I watched a story on Pace Morby. I think that individual made like $200,000 on an assignment deal. $200,000 to assign a contract. That's life-changing money. Okay. Now that can change somebody. You make that kind of money, you want it again. You do whatever. Some people will do whatever it takes to get that kind of money. Unfortunately. Okay. Um, but you got to have some moral. You got to have that moral compass, to make your decisions on some of these situations. Like, could I have pitched just a short sale and subject to? I could have said, like, you know what, let's not do a loan mod. That's not a good idea, or maybe not even bring it up. Let's just talk about me buying the home. That's morally and ethically, I can't do that. I can't do that. I have to give them an opportunity to save their home. And if that's something they want to do, I'm going to do whatever I can to help them out do that. like I said, even if I don't make any money, because I've done it multiple times where I did loan mod and I didn't get anything. I didn't even get a review from them. I asked for a review, they just never did, and that's okay. That's fine. But like Tanya was saying, and thanks for staying on, Tanya. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. You're always very supportive of me ever since day one when I got into this business. So I really appreciate that. But I kind of get emotional actually thinking about it because you know I've come a long way from day one. Not knowing part of this business, and all I can think about is making money. But as I did a lot of these transactions and um, helping homeowners through these situations, you know, um, you feel bad because really and a lot of times for their kids, you know, it's not the kid's fault. It's not the kid's fault for the situation they're in, right? It's not their fault. Their parents are, they can't stand each other. It's not their fault that they lost a job because of COVID. You know, the kids are just being kids. They're just, they just want to have fun and eat and sleep, watch, movies, play on their phone. They're oblivious to the real world. And so when I see these homeowners like today, they're literally this homeowner. They're about to lose their home in 2 weeks. I'm talking to her, and I see her kid in the background. I see their kid in the background. They're losing their home in 2 weeks, and her kid in the background, waving at me. You know, with her, she's holding a little iPad or little, tablet. Waving at me. I'm at the front door talking to her mom about, what are you gonna do? You're about to lose the home, and you got this little kid waving at me. That's really, really hard, you know, um, to not want to help out. It's very, very difficult, and there may be a chance where I can't even help him out, you know. But in this business, if you're gonna be successful in this business, you have to have a moral compass. Because this is not sustainable. If you don't, you're gonna get caught one day. You're gonna do something bad. You're gonna take advantage, and um, you get in trouble legally, but you can get in trouble morally too. You can get lost. You can definitely get lost very quickly. I can see it. Okay, I see it with a lot of people. We just talked to one of my old business partner today on the phone, and we found out a very savvy investor here locally, big time player. Before I even got into business, doing a lot of subject to deals, in the area. I didn't know he was in our area. I just found out that he hasn't been making payments on a lot of these subject to deals. These homeowners, what he was doing was he was buying these properties on subject to, taking over the payments. Okay. If you guys don't know what subject to, that's what that is. You're taking over the payments. The mortgage stays in the homeowner's name. The note and mortgage stays in the homeowner's name. You get the deed. You just take over the payments. So if you don't make a payment, it hurts their credit. Okay. So what this person was doing was he was buying on subject to, okay, and then selling the property to another buyer that maybe can't qualify. In this business, we call that a wrap buyer. Okay. Well, the thing was he was never making the payments to the original mortgage. So now these houses are going to foreclosure, and you got a buyer that you made contract with, and they're losing the home. And these buyers are putting large down payments on these deals. It could be $20,000, $30,000, depending. And now they're about to lose the home. They're about to lose it. And they have no control because they don't have the deed. That's fucked up. See, this is why these people make us look bad. We're out here trying to help people out. And you got a bunch of idiots like that, affecting people's lives. I mean, these are people that this is their home and they're about to lose it because this idiot couldn't make the freaking payment. There's a risk. It's a risk for buyers to do subject to. I'm sorry, sellers and buyers. Well, both. But the original seller, there's a risk because if you don't make the payment, it's gonna hurt their credit. For a wrap buyer, they can lose a home if the payments are not made. This is why they put these restrictions on these type of deals. The commission cracks down on this shit. The government cracks down on it because of idiots like that. Shit pisses me off. I'm sorry. This is a well-known investor here locally. And we were friends on Facebook. Not anymore. Get those people out of your damn life. I want people around me that are ethical and have a moral compass. Yeah, I mean, you can still make money and still treat people with respect and fulfill your contract. If you can't fulfill your dang contract, why the hell are you doing these damn deals? Makes no damn sense. So, got on a little soapbox there, but I really wanted to say that because I think it applies to the call today. There's two different perspectives here, two different people here. You got people like myself who out there trying to actually help people out, and you got people out there just looking out for themselves, taking advantage of people. So, and really that's any business, but in our line of work, you have a big responsibility, to honor your commitments, honor the contract, and you're also responsible to other investors in the area because what you do can affect what they do as a business. So, anyways, great. That was a great day today. Hopefully, it's not guaranteed we can help them out, but the cool thing is we got two people that answered the door, and whether they wanted to or not, they had to, at least, ask for my help because they really had no other choice, right? But I'm really excited to work with them, and I'll try to document, our our communication and our transactions through this process, without disclosing their name, address and all that. And they were, like I said, they were just really nice enough to allow me to do that. And that because I think a lot of sellers in the future when they see this, or homeowners, not really sellers, but homeowners who see this in the future, I think it'll get a lot of value for that. So, but if you have any questions, give me a shout out. Give me a text at 501-301-4472. You can DM me at Arnie_Noon on Instagram. My LinkedIn is Arnie Newton or Mr. Shortso. But feel free to, ask me any questions. If you need any help with any of your deals, let me know. As you can see, I'm a Arkansas sub 2 leader, part of Pace Morbi's community, about 9,000 sub 2 students throughout the country. Highly specialized in creative financing. I've done a lot of those. Most of them were done with my old business partner here locally, and do a lot of innovations. Do a lot of short sales. Obviously, that's why they call me Mr. Short Sale. But if you need any help with those, or just wholesaling, just give me a call. I'll do my if I can answer it. I know somebody who can help you out with that. Thank you for watching, and until the next live video. Thank you.